Setting this at maximum power. Laser and charged particle beam weapons.
Weapons activated. Engage.
Hello there. I don't know about you, but I was just like jamming with this song. So, good day, guys. Good night, good evening, good morning, top of the morning to ya. If you're just waking up, I woke up like 2 hours ago, and I'm so fucking tired. I've slept for like 3 hours, so this is not gonna be particularly energetic live stream, but fuck it, let's do it. I didn't live stream yesterday because I just couldn't. I couldn't make it. But hello, Doba Fett. Hello, Noob Shizbot. Hello, Rukumo. Can't wait to see the Mexico clip. Lol. What Mexico clip? Oh, Grifter just, or Scar Citizen just posted something to me. Yeah, I guess we're gonna watch that first. I don't know. Cam and mic problems again? Is it not working? Huh? What do you mean? Can you not hear me? What is happening? Can you not hear me? I can hear you fine. Okay. The mic disconnects sometimes? I don't fucking know anymore. Like, look. So what happened was I had a ton of scenes. I don't know if you know how OBS works with the cam. That's something that I can't really fix, honestly. That's just like Elgato being Elgato. So what was happening before, a ton of scenes that I had, and when I say scenes like that, like different viewpoints and all that, like these shit, all of those were like rendered at 4 fucking K. And even the transition that you just saw was rendered at 4 fucking K. And all of the files were like 4 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, etc. So, yeah, there were a lot of them. So I dumped it down all the way to like 1080p, and now we should have less glitches. Although you never know. As always with the pre-builds, you never know what's gonna happen. So you hear some crackling while you're speaking. For fuck's sake. I mean, I could disconnect something from the USB because I have a external Rhodes Caster Pro 2 audio interface, but it's like connected onto like 2 fucking USB ports, and both of them like and they're all like 3.1, 3.2 USB. It's not like louder noise. And yeah, I just saw the camera glitch out. The PC has been like fixed. I dusted it, so it's not dust anymore. Dude, I gotta fucking get another PC, honestly. And this is like an hour fucking long. Not an hour long. What the fuck am I talking about? A 1-year-old PC. That's what I wanted to say. Anyway. So today we're gonna be reacting to the Star Citizen Live a video from yesterday. I didn't watch it, and I guess we can react to this 1-minute video that Scar Citizen sent me. And let me see what else do we have here. Yeah, I wanted to. Okay, before we start, actually, let me try this scene. This should be fine, I guess. So, that leader sent me a couple of things. So, first of all, this is like a tweet from Star Citizen from yesterday. Hold on to your seats. One lucky ship is set to receive a brand new variant in Alpha 3.18. So, something that they haven't released yet. How many heard notifications that there is a stream? I don't fucking know what notifications. So, can you guess which one based on the sneak peek below? And this doesn't really show anything, although it's very angular. So I would say that it looks like that later just posted another video. I guess we're reacting today. I'm not really in like any state to play the game right now. I'm really tired. But this looks like RSI. It's so angular that it looks like RSI. But then, let's make more variants so CG can tell the people they have 10,000 ships in the game. I mean, variants are okay. But then, that later sent me this. And this is his post from November 26th of 2022. So last year. Is the Scorpius getting a buff, or is it an error? I'm pretty sure the Scorpius doesn't have an EMP or a quantum jammer or QED, quantum enforcement device. Although, it would be great if it did. Now, these are the pictures that he posted. So if that leader, I guess you're watching right now. So tell me, where did you get these pictures from? Because like it's not a brochure. I don't know where you got this from. So what he saw was, and let me just move the camera. So what he saw was, stop your targets. So about this vehicle, stop your targets from escaping via a powerful EMP generator and quantum jammer. And that's obviously not in the Scorpius right now. So I guess we're gonna get like let me just close Steam so I don't get notifications. I guess we're gonna get a variant. IA sale page. Can you send me the link, please? Finish off incapacitated targets with 4 laser repeaters and a rack of missiles, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, the next picture that he posted was disable and subdue with ease. Scorpius by RSI. Now, this doesn't really mean anything. But with the tweet and with something that was just like leaked, you can see in the data and animations and blah blah ships, you can see QED, RSI, Scorpius controller defs. I guess defaults. QED, RSI, Scorpius fragments. And here you can see blah, quantum controller, quantum introduction generator. For the same RSI. Now it says mod part turret. So what I guess is that the Scorpius, like the QED Scorpius, is gonna lose the turret and is gonna have a QED device. Oh, they changed it shortly after you posted. Oh, okay, so they knew that they're gonna do that, but they weren't really ready to like talk about it. Cool. So now you know that we might get the Scorpius probably without the turret, but with a QED device and maybe even an EMP. I guess it's gonna be like a size 2 EMP, like in the the Sentinel. And my guess is that the price is gonna be really high, like $300, because the Scorpius right now is like 250. So my guess is that it's gonna be like at least 300 because it has a QED. So yeah, that's all about the leaks, like everything that I have to say about the leaks. Now we can, somebody just sent me, or somebody posted in my community Discord, rap song. It's not really rap. I mean, there is some rapping, but it's not really rap. Like about Star Citizen. Honestly, I don't wanna react to it. If you can see you can check it out. You hop into my community Discord, you're gonna see. It's whatever. I don't wanna like bash on people that that didn't ask me anything. It's a bit cringe to me, but whatever. Anyway, okay, we have this video, Super Bowl. What is this? 57, 2023. What? Oh, okay. So this is why you said Mexican. Por Azteca. I sound like Italian. Fuera de este mundo. Suscríbete a nuestro canal. Encuentra más información en. Alright, sure. I don't know why you guys sent me this, and I don't know why you're so fucking excited about this, but yeah.
Ellos vienen de un lugar más salvaje que el viejo oeste.
Okay, so it's sci-fi.
Su experiencia.
Huh? How do you say excuse me in Spanish? Spanish? Yeah. Mexico is Spanish, right? It's not excusez-moi, that's like French.
Su experiencia
Is this a galaxy?
toda la galaxia.
Is this a fucking
Porque se
galaxy?
anticipan a cada movimiento y su lectura de jugadas es precisa.
It's La Galaxia! La Galaxia! Fucking amazing.
Las luces en el cielo anuncian su llegada.
So wait, what? They just took the fucking 3D model and just like used it in a... Is this an actual commercial? What is this? This is from... what's it called? The other game, the fucking Half-Life mod. It's like a Western shooter. It was popular like a long time ago. I guess it still has like some... it's a Galaxia. It still has some following. Oh, what the fuck is this? Also, these effects fucking amazing.
Será fuera de este mundo.
El Super Bolo. Wait, what? It is actually like just like the whole fucking 3D model. So what? Like Mexico got the El Galaxia before we got it in fucking Star Citizen. What? Is it modular though? Who knew RSI was a Spanish company? Roberto Spaziado Industrial. Fistful of Frags, thank you. Thank you, Petman Rock. Isn't this from like Fistful of Frags? Come on, this is like... It's like a map from Fistful of Frags. So anyway, it beams people down.
12 de febrero a las 5 de la tarde, Super Bowl 57 por Azteca 7.
El Amazingo. Citando Stellare. This sounds Italian. Mexicans and Russian technology. What the fuck was this? Okay, I'm gonna post this to you guys if you want to share it around. I guess this is gonna like blow up in the Star Citizen community for like whatever reasons. What do you think? Is Chris gonna sue? Like, is RSI gonna or CAG gonna sue? What module will have bomber capabilities for the Galaxy? So, what module are they using here, right? Like, what module does the Mexican Galaxy have? El Galaxio. What do you think? What do you guys think? Cristiano Roberto, you crazy old dog, you. Okay. Amazing. Thank you for this. I did not expect this at all. Right. So I can't really make like I'm currently streaming on Twitch and on YouTube. And also, if you're new to me streaming, subscribe to my Twitch channel. It's like Grumpy ITV on Twitch. And you should do that because I'm mostly streaming on Twitch. But like today, I'm gonna stream on YouTube too, just for the live Star Citizen live react, and that's it. So coffee machine, you think it has a coffee machine module? I would say something that would probably be considered to be like super racist, even though it's not. It's just like I don't have anything to like do with the whole thing because I'm Serbian. I'm not even fucking near those countries, but sure. Cooking pot. Does it shoot? I'm not gonna say it. Fuck it. I don't know. Like with the state of the internet these days, people just like get fucking annoyed by something and you get canceled for no fucking reason. So let me see that leader's video that he posted just now. 20 minutes. Oh, for fuck's sake. My new favorite light fighter gives me immense joy. Hello. Fucking amazing, dude. Honestly, I don't know. I think it's the fucking... So let me show you this. Let me show you this. Let me show you this shit. So this is my card. And it's pretty fucking expensive. And it's updated and all of that. Hello? Is it not working again? It is working. Okay, fuck me. I don't want to... fuck off. Fuck off. Okay, so it's the Rodecaster Pro 2. It's the same one that I guess Morphologist has because I saw him post about it. For some fucking reason, I don't know if it's my USBs or what is it, but it's just fucking dying. Like the card itself is working. It's like plugged into the fucking power outlet, but like the USB, like there's actually like two USB inputs for like two PCs or a single PC, so you can get more channels, and it still fucking dies for no apparent reason. Like right now, I didn't even get a fucking notification that it died. Like nothing. Just like I just saw the chat and like I could have just went off. You know what the worst part about this is? Like when I start recording a video and this shit happens with the camera dying and the audio fucking dying, and I have no idea that it's happening. And then like I'm trying to cut the video and then I see that like most of the video is fucked. So it like takes me fucking 10 hours just to make a single video that's like 12 minutes long. So fucking annoying, honestly. I need a new fucking PC. I don't have enough money for that. I have no money. I think it's just your power issues again. I guess. I don't know, Dead Leader. I have no idea. So I have updated everything, noob. Like it's, I don't know what it is. It's just like fucking bullshit. But also, what's up, Revengex Moon? The cable is kinked. Unkink it. Nah, it's not. But I like when it's kinky. Alright. Dude, it's either the cheap motherboard or power supply. I have no idea which motherboard I have, honestly. It's like the whole PC is Asus pre-built. And it's a motherboard, and it's a power supply. I have no idea what it is, but like the PC itself is like 5,000 fucking USD. Let me find it for you. And it's like the bane of my existence for the past year. I have had like, pro tip: don't buy any Asus. Or Asus pre-builds. So this is my PC. Okay, the price went down a bit, and then I had like I added some other SSDs and some other M2s and HDDs. So you can see the price of it right now, and it went down. It was like 5,200. And it's so scuffed, it's so shit, it's just, fuck me. Anyway, what are we doing? Are we watching Star Citizen Live? No, fuck it. Without further ado, let's watch Dead Leader's video, and then we're gonna, then we're gonna watch Star Citizen Live.
My name's Dead Leader.
His name is Dead Leader. His name is Dead Leader. Dead Leader.
My name's Dead Leader.
You want me to link the PC? All right. There you go. All right. Let's do this. Am I running Windows 10? Fuck if I know. The search bar is in the in the middle. I guess it's 11. The latest one, whatever it is. It came with the PC. Anyway, let's react to Dead Leader's new video. Oh, congratulations on 2,000 subscribers. Dead Leader. Okay, 2001. There you go.
My name's Dead Leader. Today, you can call me the Distortion Demon. That's because I've been playing around with distortion weaponry over on the 3.18 PTU, and in particular with the Anvil Hawk, which has now quickly become my favorite light fighter. I fit it all out with distortion weapons only.
Dude, it was always my favorite light fighter. Purely because of, like, when you're sitting in the cockpit, can you even hear the things?
To see if I could do bounties and take people down.
Okay, you can. So when you're sitting in the cockpit and you're pew-pewing, and my camera died, and you're pew-pewing, like, the amount of lasers that are coming out of your fucking ship is just amazing. Even though they're like size 2s and size 1s.
Absolutely, with the distortion weapons, including in atmosphere, but also in space. And stick around till the end.
Okay, we're gonna rewatch this because you guys are telling me to change back to Windows 10. I cannot change back to Windows 10. The PC fucking came with Windows 11. And I have a serial, like, whatever, number, activation code, and all that shit for this Windows. So I will need to buy a Windows 10 to do that, unfortunately. So this is the best that I can do. I'm just gonna, like, at some point when I get enough money, if this, like, streaming shit works out, I'm gonna buy a new PC. But let's watch Dead Leader's new video.
My name's Dead Leader. Today, you can call me the Distortion Demon. That's because I've been playing around with distortion weaponry over on the 3.18 PTU, and in particular with the Anvil Hawk, which has now quickly become my favorite light fighter. I fit it all out with distortion weapons only to see if I could do bounties and take people down purely with the distortion weapons, including in atmosphere, but also...
So what? Once they're, like, shut down, you just slap them with the wings?
in
What's the idea?
space. And stick around till the end to see the loadout I used on this thing. Let's go.
Dead Leader.
So here we have it, the Hawk. So this is a highly underrated ship at the moment in the verse. I never see anyone flying around in the Hawk. The light fighter.
You know why?
Light fighter.
You know why, Dead Leader? Because it's overrated. And most people fly it, but it's so overrated that it, like, why would they? I'm kidding, by the way. I'm referring to another video that we watched a couple of days ago. New PC, I got 5 on it. Thank you, Dr. Drones. Unfortunately, this is not... I changed, like, all the scenes in OBS, so it's not going to show on the screen. Unfortunately. Maybe it showed. I don't know. I'm still working on, like, connecting YouTube and Twitch because they're, like, different protocols. Anyway, let's continue.
That has 6 weapon hard points. It's got an EMP generator. It's got a little cell in the back here, and this little coffin like trunk in the back where that's supposed to be for putting your your bounty.
This is honestly this is the stupidest thing about the Hawk. Why is it a seat? Why is it, like, is he gonna, like, sit there? Are you gonna make him sit there? Like, why would he do that? Do you need to, like, I don't know. We need a tip jar on the screen named name for new PC. I mean, yeah, also a tip jar for, like, rent. But yeah, let's continue.
Yeah, when that sort of bounty gameplay comes in, you're supposed to be able to put something you've captured in here.
You can bed log in it.
Also, use this to harry a friend. Since it's actually, you can just climb in it regardless without that gameplay in, or you can even use it as a bed to log out in, so you can just climb into this little thing. Don't worry about the leg shackles, you can still get out yourself, but you can slide yourself in the little coffin in the booty and log out wherever you want, so it counts as a little bed.
Also, what's happening to your fucking like, every video that you post, your armor is just, like, freaking out the whole fucking video. Why is it happening? What is that? Are you making it work like that? What? That's not normal for Star Citizen. Star Citizen is a great game without any bugs. I've been playing the game for, like, years now, and like a session out of like 6 hours, I don't have any bugs. Anyway.
Coffin in the booty. And
Also, yeah, I wanted to say, I got transported in the back of the Hawk, and it was an amazing experience, like from Crusader to our corp.
log out
One
wherever
time.
you want. So it counts as a little bed, just a little added feature. And another great feature of the Hawk, well, I guess of all light fighters at the moment, is in this patch. Hopefully,
It's not all distortion. You have NDBs.
days, but now when you hover over the enter pilot seat kind of menu, there's now a little.
I guess
open
you're like
storage
using size
section.
1.
So each of these ships previously never had a
NDBs.
storage. Now there's a 250k storage in all of them, which is enough to like, you know, chuck all the loot from a bunker or something in
Yeah,
it.
it's PC specific, Jaden.
A whole bunch of guns and weapons.
Do you, Dead Leader, do you have an M2 and like 32 gigs of RAM? Also, like, why are you playing this game on a 1080? You need like a 4090 at least.
And whatever you might need for a mission. So if you're out in a light fighter now and you know, you take someone down, you want to take their booty home with you, you totally can do that now. You can fit quite a good amount in there. And of course, actually getting into the Hawk is quite pretty. You just press the get in seat thing here and you kind of slurp you up into the ship. At the moment, in the patch that I'm on here, it's a little bit bugged because you can't always lower the landing gear or raise it in most ships. And it makes it quite difficult for this one because sometimes when it spits you out, it can kind of spit you out into the atmosphere or under the planet, or you have to kind of hover and try and make sure that, you know, you're just high enough off the ground that you can get out and get back in again.
You got a 3080? Not gonna work. No, you need a 4090 at least.
Ship blowing away, which
That's why you're getting graphical
happened
glitches
more
and why you're falling through the ground.
than a few times while I was testing this.
At least that's what my comment section says. 5080 Ti. That's what you need. Exactly. That's like optimal. Right. Dear XJ, EMP. Wait, you're not using NDBs at all?
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, what the fuck? Blah, blah, blah.
There we go. Blah 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 blah.
Okay. I love you. Jay's then I'm being sarcastic because every time I post something that like my PC is pretty good, really good. Like basically last year's state of the art PC, and it's running Star Citizen but like poorly. And I know people that have shittier PCs, and they're like getting more FPS. They're not getting some issues. But every time I like clip through the ground, I post that on YouTube, I get a comment, or like I die to like a server related bug. Somebody says that I need a better PC. That's why I said that.
That's a celebration. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Shields it down.
Where's the Rick and Morty burp?
Yeah, you guys careening. Have a good old serene careen. A little dance. Mouser. Blah 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 blah. Please.
Yeah, Zeg, I just saw your comment. That's what I suspected. I couldn't find the name of the motherboard. If you can, just like link that to me in my Discord, because I'm tomorrow I should get the height Y whatever 60 new like case for my PC. So I'm gonna like get all the shit out of this PC. Get it into another case, and maybe even change the motherboard. Oh, thank you, Sir Crepitus, for the 20 bucks. Fucking amazing. That's like going into the new PC jar, I guess.
Blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait, no. Actually. Get this. Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
You didn't miss much, Okami. We're gonna watch.
Blah, 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 blah. Decoy.
You missed Dead Leader burping.
She's it down again.
Stream the build with what? I don't have another PC to stream it. With my phone, maybe?
Stupid bastard. Blip, 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 blip. Go, go. Touching missiles. Blacking out. It's fine. Ah, it's a Mustang.
Dead Leader, you need sticks.
Oh crap. See, this is.
You have an Odyssey, right? Dead Leader, you bought an Odyssey and you don't have sticks.
This is the life.
Really?
Ah, yes.
Okay, so what do you do when they're in space, though?
Ooh.
Do you like slap them? Smack your ship
still alive.
into them? Do I have Patreon set up? Yeah, for a year now. It's in the description.
Hello.
Vengex. You have sticks?
Won't do anything.
These are not sticks, Dead Leader. These are not
okay,
the sticks
sir?
you're looking for.
Poke up, poke up, poke up,
What are you doing?
poke. Poke. Yeah. Sir? Sir? Sir, we have a delivery for you. Uh-oh. Shit. Back. Okay, just quickly distortion him now. Back down you go. I guess I was leaving him there for a while before I got to him. Oh. Hey, he's still alive. He's just lost another wing.
The landing gear not working is fucking amazing.
Sir, as I was saying, we have a package here. The initials here. How much damage does it take to open the cockpit? Forget. Sir. That's nicely.
Yeah, this is the easiest way to do bounties,
Rude.
as you may know. What's up, Star Streams?
Yep, thank you. Sir, I was calling. I was lying. Sir. Sir, I'm gonna need your skull, thank you. It's proof of delivery. Uh-oh, I can't access the hatch. Can I just take...
You're gonna fly the
just use
Gladius.
I think I can get out of the atmosphere with it, but should be able to use it as a ramp. Let's see if it turns on. Come on. Hey. It's fine. Don't need to be able to get it out of the atmosphere or anything.
Emergent gameplay. Am I right?
Looking good.
You know why this happens, and like Dead Leader, I'm pretty sure that he's gonna confirm this. We, the content creators, have nothing right now. Like, we can only read out the shit that CAG posts, and I'm doing that during the streams, or we can like react to their videos. But there's nothing to say. There's nothing to make right now with 3.18. And every patch is different. I can't really tell you. I can't really make a video, and I'm pretty sure it's the same with Dead Leader. Can't really make a video like what to do in 3.18, how to make money fast, because you have no idea, because everything is going to change before the release. So what's the point? For example, we noticed that the C2s, whenever you like try to salvage the C2s that are in like Cruel 1 and other Lagrange points, we noticed that you get like 1 SU per second, basically. We have nothing, Star Streams, exactly. And we had nothing for not almost, like, for 10 fucking months, dude. They released 3.17 in, like, April. So, you gotta do shit like this to entertain yourself and to entertain your audience so you can post something. Yeah, it's really hard. They broke rock mining again? Did you try it again, Star Streams? Because it was fixed like a couple of patches ago.
That's high enough. Oh. There you go. Hey. Yo, hey, we got it. Beautiful.
Amazing.
Thank you, Sam.
You just spent half an hour on a Gladius. To get like... It wasn't even your like main target, it was like...
Okay, shields it down already.
What, 2000 AUSC that you get for like Call to Arms?
Is that his engine down already? I think so. Nope, nope, he's still going.
When 3.18 will out? We don't know when 3.18 will out.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, probably 500 Alpha UAC.
There you go, now it looks like he's flailing. Oh, shooting eclipse. Is he? He's still alive? Still alive. Okay, I don't have a gun.
We really need night vision in this game. There's a thing that you can use for that. You can melee
the cockpit open.
Amazing.
I can hit it. I feel like I should be able to. Okay. One of these. One of these. One of these. One of these. Show us, boss. Hey, come here, boss. You're on. Give one of those. Is this hurting my hands?
How are you gonna kill him though?
So.
Even if you open the cockpit, it's gonna take you like 10,000 punches to kill him.
Excuse me, sir. Please step out of the vehicle.
Reshade, yeah, thank
Wait.
you. What? What happened?
Please step out of the vehicle.
Oh, you just like spontaneously died. Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
No. What?
You were even trespassing. You're gonna go to pleasure now.
Was it hurting my hands? No, it wasn't. I thought it was being like a real red line every now and then, but can't even call for backup. This is... Oh, okay. I think I just... OD'd on something. Adrenaline. I feel like this is working. Excuse me.
Pro tip: if you right click, you can use your right fist.
Excuse me. Excuse me, sir.
I like saying pro tip
Coming up.
for like useless comments. MLG tip.
Do you realize how fast you were flying back there? This is an actual target.
He's gonna wake up. Like he's gonna power on before you open the
Stop
cockpit.
looking at me. Mate, you're going down either way. Oh.
What are you hitting?
Oh,
Yep, there we go. Yeah, you're using the sound that I sent you. Amazing.
Wait.
Oh,
What?
well, that was fortunate.
Did I do that? And thank you. On the next target.
What is he even doing? He's trying to open the. So he's using only distortions on his hawk, and he's trying to open the cockpit so he can kill the
Gervais,
guy inside.
Been on your tail for too long now.
Oh, you're trying to upgrade your stats on your left hook.
God, look at this, a slow death. See, if this was me in here, I'd be just livid the entire way down. Bye-bye. Okay, let's just... Our spoils of war from here. Hello, sir. Thank you. Pleasure doing business.
Where's the other helmet?
Let's go for this target.
I guess you
first.
died in between the kills.
There he goes. Just go get my order. Alright, so Uber Eats. Get. So this is the test. Can you do distortion kill that's not in atmosphere? Let's find out. Let's go see our friend Jared and find out. Jared, hello, I've got a question for you, please. Excuse me, we were here to see Jared, thank you. Jared, supposed to have a package supposed to pick up from his address.
How are you gonna do? Like, if he hits an asteroid, then yes.
Stupid engines.
But how?
Yeah, he seems to be spinning electrons there. See a little more in just in case. Okay, so it looks like he's going at quite a pace. And I kill him. I was gonna get out and shoot him in air, but he's kind of hurtling through space. If I got out, he'd just rocket off. So if I can just... Yeah, I'll just cut into him over here. Okay, so he's following the red line. Well, his line's where he's been from, so I'll just intercept Jared. Hello. Deliver. Like, sir, I'm gonna give him a little tap. Stop him. A little tap.
Just as I suspected. And you lost the wing.
Jared. That works.
They should slow down over time, as far as I know,
Just need to grab this real quick.
unless you continued like shooting them while they were off. Then they're gonna like keep the speed
She's on business, man.
or the acceleration that he had.
The truck.
Dude, yeah, we really need the EMP button for
So here we
fucking
have the
ages
loadout
now.
of the Hawk. Systems here.
So, as you guys may know, this is the most proficient way to do
have the
bounties in Star Citizen
I have done both.
and to earn money.
Power plant is a size 1 JS300. Quantum drive is a Colossus, which is actually a grade 2 industrial quantum drive. That's because it I get a lot more range on this one than majority of them. If you just buy the best one, it can can't really travel very far. But with the Colossus, I can make it all the way across
Jack
the system
Reacher.
without having to refuel constantly, which is great.
First off, hello. Secondly,
Of course, with the shield generators,
they need to
two
slow down
66s,
so you
which are
can
also
board them.
size 1,
That's
and great.
like it's a game.
And in vehicle weapons, I've put everything onto a gimbal.
But I understand what you're
Not
saying.
on a gimbal.
Newtonian
the ones
physics.
on the nose.
That's-
already size 1 slot,
that's
so you can
what
actually
Chris
fit a
said.
size 1 gimbal and size 1 weapon on it, where the rest of them are size 2, and so I have size 2 gimbals on them, and
Which
then
is obviously
weapons
bullshit.
also. And I've tried this fit out with all just Badger repeaters before, so all just like lasers. I've tried it all with the ballistics as well, and that's quite good, but of course you have to recharge them constantly. But the one I've been enjoying with is the Dr. Model J1 repeater, is the distortion weapons, which is the bad boy I've been testing out with today.
So, MLG
And
tip:
that's it for this video.
size 1 repeaters, the distortions are not gonna be that successful in shutting down bigger ships.
Thank you for making it all the way through. Please
And also, you
like
will need to like shoot them at a specific spot.
and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Got plenty of other videos which you can check out if you're new here. And don't forget to join my salvaging org, the Skull Scrapers, if you haven't already. Link and details down
All right, that
below
was a funny
in the
video.
description. All right, my name's Dead Leader.
there you go, guys.
In the verse.
Hey, we're gonna react to Star Citizen Live now, I guess. Also, you didn't mention your merch here. What the fuck, that leader? I mean, you got to do it every video. What's up, Thunder Cookies? Jack Reacher. It's a game, I know. Like, dude, we gotta make a podcast, you and I. And I'm gonna be the White Knight, I guess, because Kerbal Space Program, you can talk, and it respects Newton laws, and it's a game. Yes. But this is a different game. And that's it. If you play Space Engineers and you played it with me, and I don't know if you played it afterwards, it's an amazing game. We played it on a server that I modded, and you had like unlimited speed, but the speed in the real game is limited to 100 meters per second for everything. For your actually, with your jetpack, you can fly like 105 meters per second, so you can catch up to your ship. But like your ships and everything else can only fly at 100 meters per second. So it's a game. There's a bunch of reasons why they're doing that. Yeah, Space Engineers. There's a bunch of reasons why they're doing that that way. So yeah. Anyway, let's watch Star Citizen Live, Flight, Light, and Insight. Dude, who the fuck is this? Like Jared's idea to like make up like names for these videos that like rhyme. Honestly, it's a bit cringe. Anyway, let's watch it.
Why are you all looking at me? What else am I supposed to do? I had to plug the computer in. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Star Citizen Live, Flight, Light.
As I said, Rakumo, there's a bunch of reasons. Like, there's no point in talking about that on this, whatever this is, stream. There we go. Stream, my brain. What's up, Bite Boy? But yeah, that's one of the reasons. Like the server is not going to render the world. There's a lot of reasons why they restrict the speeds. Anyway, let's watch Star Citizen Live.
An insight, because I grew up on far too much Dr. Seuss. I'm your host, Jared Huckabee, and if you've never seen Star Citizen Live, don't look
We
at
can
me
play
like
Dead Leader. We can
If you've never
play
seen
Space
Star
Engineers
Citizen Live
together.
Before, it's where we take about
It's
an
fun.
hour out of the end of our week and we hang out with some of our developers.
You didn't like this
they're
episode?
usually very busy.
We're gonna
and
see.
trying
I guess- I
desperately
don't
to
know.
get,
Didn't
the next
watch it.
patch out the door, and I go by their desk and I'm like, hey, stop doing that important stuff. Come over here and do this instead. And usually they say no, but occasionally I like to trade on friendships and get people to say
Isn't
yes.
that like how CG works? Like they just stop and do something else for a while, and then they come back to it, and then they put like a pin in it, and then etc. etc.
And that's why joining us today are four people I'm very proud to call friends. Matt, Steven, Elwin, and Chris. How you doing, guys?
Great.
Very good. Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Welcome to the spaceship. Welcome to the UK. This is your first trip to the new studio.
Thanks for having us.
How's your trip been so far?
It's been awesome. Loved it.
It's the whiteboard
it.
episode.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
been
what
great.
you're talking
Great
about.
seeing everybody. The studio's awesome. It's amazing. Bustling.
What, like, are they using a whiteboard and like writing shit on the whiteboard? That
A lot of energy.
Like, if so, it's gonna be
Yeah,
amazing.
if only we could show it. We're on the show quite often, and we talk about how great the studio is and everything. And we haven't shown a whole lot of it. It's because I had to promise Chris that I would wait.
Oh my
until
God, they
every
actually
little
have a
aspect of it
whiteboard.
is done,
Okay, this
and
is
then
gonna be
do a nice
amazing.
big kind of reveal. He's a
You
man
said
who
at
wants
the
to
end,
build
like-
experiences and stuff like that. So it's very.
Almost the middle.
I'm chomping at the bit to do a lot of things that I have waiting in the bit.
He's got to
because
do one of those Chris Roberts sections where he actually goes around and shows everything, and then people can meme it.
Oh yeah, or he's not ready. I'm gonna bring.
Yeah, I know, I'm
bring
live
back
on
the old
YouTube.
Wingman
I'm
head
streaming
cam,
on
just
both.
Like, hey,
There you go.
and put this on him, and make him go through the studio. That's not a promise. It's a spoiler. No, I'm kidding.
While we're at it, follow me on Twitch because I'm streaming more on Twitch, but like I'm gonna stream on YouTube. I guess I'm gonna stream Star Citizen Lives on YouTube until I like make all of you come to my Twitch channel, I guess.
This is already going to be one of those shows. So, if you haven't figured it out, sometimes these shows are ones where you're going to learn a whole lot about Star Citizen, have questions answered about various spaceships,
Okay.
the work that's being done, the patches. This isn't one of those. This isn't going to be that week. Today,
Okay, that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all my Patreon supporters and to my channel members. And if you want to support me, there's going to be a link down in the description of the video. On YouTube, Prime users, you can sub to me on Twitch if you want to. And yeah, thank you for watching, and don't forget to bring it down. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I guess it's going to be one of those. Thank you, Rakumo, for the sub. I guess it's gonna be one of those. Another one of these.
Today we are goofing off. We are hanging out.
Fucking
we are
amazing.
getting to know some of our friends, some folks who have been here for a very long time and stuff. And I just want a chance to hang out and catch up because we haven't talked much in the week. This is your last day here. So let's start off with just some introductions because there's got to be some people in there that are like, I don't know who the heck any of these are. Chris, I think you're the longest tenured person here, so I'm going to start with you.
So-
Who are you and what do you do for Star Citizen?
Well, I'm Chris Smith. I'm a ship artist for Star Citizen, lead ship artist. I've been with the company, well, for about 10 years now, or 10 years, a little bit over 10 years now, I suppose, a couple days. And yeah, I've been building all the ships since then.
The dude looks like one of those like villains from Nakatomi Plaza. Honestly,
Built a lot of ships like the 300i, Constellation, and Corsair most recently. And yeah, that's what I do.
Were you the very first ship artist?
Not the very first ship artist, but the first ship artist in the Austin studio. Yeah. Back when CGBot was the
Right.
or essentially
his mouth reminds me of Hans Gruber.
the first ship
some reason.
creators.
Third party partner.
Wait, Come on. Come on. It's his brother. No, the brother was like blonde and yeah. But it's like his like next of kin, I guess. It's the same picture. Yeah, I'm moving from YouTube to Twitch. Slowly but surely. Anyway.
But internally, in-house, as a CIG
Correct.
employee, it was you and Olivier.
Yeah, well, he was actually like concept, look dev. Mark Skelton was the art director, and then just me. I was the lone ship artist in the U.S. actually. Yeah.
And your first ship was the original 300.
Correct, the original 300.
Before we threw it out and did it better.
Yeah, and I redid it actually.
Yeah, that's right.
I did the new version.
I got halfway through that statement. I'm like, I hope to God he's the one who redid it, or I'm going to sound like a. Okay, so 300, and besides the 300, besides the Corsair, you called out.
Yeah, there's less of a delay on Twitch.
You helped with at least the exterior.
But
of
also
the
on
original
Twitch, you can
constellation.
use like the soundboards, whatever it's called, sound alerts and all that. And you can like post videos. You can play some music in the background. Rokuma did it a couple of times now. You don't even need to spend money. You can use channel points.
Phoenix, or the Constellation series rather. What other ships?
Well, the Scout. God,
The Cartual.
the Hornet. Yeah,
There we
I
go.
did
Yeah,
all
like
the
that.
Hornet series. I redid the Hornet too at one point. F7A Hornet.
Scout, yeah.
So
so
let's
it's
dig deeper.
quite a few.
Why do you have to keep redoing your work, Chris? What does this say about you as an artist?
It's because we evolve as our techniques evolve and our pipeline and our processes. So
And their design needs.
we just get better and better. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Zig. I'm gonna
Matt,
check
were
it
you here
out later
before, Elwin, or?
Yep.
because I
A
gotta
little bit before. Yeah.
Right,
read the whole thing out.
Matt, who are you? What do you do?
Matt Intrieri. I am lead ship tech art, and I work with the U.S. and UK teams. All the ships kind of flow to my little team where we do tech animation as well, tools, pipeline, and destruction, and all those good things like shields, SDF shields, gravity. I mean, I worry about a lot of things, optimization, and yeah, just that's about it. That's all.
Getting
Not
things
much.
to work.
Not much. Yeah, troubleshooting. I'm kind of the first defense before going to engineers. So people come to me for the issue, try to work it out, and if I can't do it, then we go bug an engineer.
Now, Matt may not remember this, but many years ago, 2018, 2019, I attempted to launch a new sub-series within ISC ATV back then that discussed roles, specifically the jobs that are within game development and what they do. And we were going to start with tech artists because I thought it was one of the most misunderstood and often just mystified positions in game development. And it's one of the few segments we ever put together that we never finished, we never aired. There were some technical problems, absolutely nothing on your part.
Yeah, here we go
somebody
again.
Forgot to turn the mics on when we recorded and did a whole interview with no audio. So we wait.
Was that what happened?
That was what happens. Why didn't it air? We got in there. It's like,
See,
why
I
does
thought
the-
I just embarrassed
no,
myself.
no. It was
I
like,
didn't
why
know.
does the sound sound so bad? It's like, all we have is camera audio. And I'm like, yeah. So I messed that up terribly.
Oh my
so,
God.
so because one of the very few things we ever filmed and never got to air. So tell people now, without taking up the length of an entire segment, what does a tech artist actually do?
Well, it's a wide variety of things. Yeah, it's just there's a lot. If you go to each department, there's a tech artist embedded in there, and so we just facilitate. I don't know. Yeah, there's
Facilitate functionality.
Okay.
The link between art and
Also, Zeg, I use my own RAM. It's Kingston something. I forgot which one.
tech, basically.
Someone has to put the string
hence the
on the
name. Hence the name.
Right.
Has to
I
put
do a
the
lot of
string on
tech.
the puppet.
I
That's
do a
what
lot
he
of
does.
rigging right now. We do the landing gear physics. We balance that out. I spend a lot of time on player friction with the ships, so getting in and out of the ships is
I
a
spent a lot
worry
of
of
time with
mine.
player friction.
Yeah, really.
Are we talking about the same thing?
I don't know. Are we?
Different kind of
I
friction.
don't know. Ships exploding randomly. I worry about these things. Getting trolleys up and down ramps. I worry about these things. So
So you're the one to blame.
You're this kind
There's
of
a lot to worry about.
Well, that's why we wanted. That's why I wanted to start with tech artists back then.
Yeah.
It's this weird kind of membrane that sits between disciplines, sits between design and content
Yeah.
and animation, and just has to kind of take everything and pass it through one another and make it gel.
yeah,
that works.
it's like
Really
that.
hard thing to describe. This is why we were doing a story on it. And I wish it worked.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll come back. We'll do it again.
Well, that'd be great.
With audio.
That'd be great. Yeah.
And Elwin,
Yeah.
who are you and what do you do?
I'm Elwin Batchelor, and I'm the vehicle art director in the U.S. So I manage the
He's a
Austin ship team and the L.A. ship art team as well.
And before being the vehicle art director, you were a vehicle artist. You made many ships.
Yeah, I was actually out. So Chris was the first one in ATX. I was the first ship artist, I believe, in LA. There were other artists working on ships, but they weren't on the concept side. when I
He's the
got
one
there.
to blame, yeah.
So it was a crazy experience. I jumped in right before, I think, the first time we showed the Constellation at CitizenCon. And so the first ship I actually did any work on was the original Legacy Connie that eventually got redone as well. I think the second one was the M50, and then from then on, I think I've touched, I mean, I don't know, it must be like 50 ships at this point, bits and pieces. The last big one we just came off of, actually the whole team was on it, was the Corsair.
Did he get consent from the ships so he can touch them?
And yeah, I'm slowly going to be backing away from doing that kind of cool stuff.
As you grow into your role as the U.S. vehicle art director.
Yeah, so yeah, Chris will have to just keep going.
Now it was recent. It was. We won't talk too much about the summit that's going on right now, but it was recently revealed on Twitter. Shout out to Daniel that we are building a ship team in Montreal, and so like that. Will you be overseeing art direction for that team as well?
We will be, yes, I'll be assisting with part of that. I mean, we're closer in time zone than the UK, so we'll be switching off. So I think early in the day, they'll be starting off with the UK, and then if they have anything that they need support with, that'll come to the US.
And Hosmer.
What's up?
Where do we go? Where do we start?
I don't know.
Who are you, Hosmer?
I am Stephen Hosmer. I am the senior vehicle systems designer, and I'm in the LA studio. I've been here about 7 years. I think this is my 7th year, which makes me like the youngest out of this bunch that have been here. It's like 7 years. That's not very long.
Yeah, we've all been here longer than you.
Yeah. So yeah, and I work on design. I design the ships, do concept briefs. And then I work with the art team to implement them, put them into the game, get them flying, make sure that the backers can actually use them and interact with them and that kind of thing.
And for people who haven't watched,
He's the one to blame about
60 or 70
your issues.
segments and shows we've done on vehicle stuff and the design. When you say design, you are not talking about design in a traditional artistic sense. People tend to assume that means a pencil drawing or like an architectural sketch. You do tech design, systems design.
Systems design.
So what is that role with regards to ships?
Like it starts out with us like kind of
It doesn't glitch into the window anymore. Well, at least I didn't have that bug in a while. But what the newest feature is that you enter the ship and all the panels are just like not in the place. So they're just like, this is like the overlay for the panel, or like the where the panel should be, and the panel is here. And like it's clipping up over each other, and it's so fucking jank and bad.
designing what a ship would be and what we want it to be, and then we work with art to figure out what's it going to look like and how that's going to function in our game. And then once it gets out of concept, we actually work in Whitebox, and we like kind of block out everything that we want it to do, and we figure out all of the interactions and all of the systems and everything that's going to like be in the ship at the end. And then we go back to art and be like, hey, this is what we want, and then they build it all out. And hopefully, at the end, we're like, yeah, that's what we wanted.
Hopefully.
Part of that is identifying new features that this ship does something that we've never done before, and so that will branch off. And sometimes I'll work with like an engineer on that, and that kind of thing. Or Stephen will work.
It's a lot
on
of designing.
We also identify like what new features we might need for a ship, and then.
Although I gotta test out while we're talking about the MSR, I gotta test out the chess, because in a couple of patches, whenever you pick up a chess piece, you just like stay there forever, and you're like blocked and you can't move.
The engineer that would be in charge of that and be like, hey, we want this, can we have this? And they'll be like, no. And so
so you determine what a ship does and how it does it.
Yeah.
And why this ship is good and why that ship sucks.
Well, yes, we try to determine that at the concept phase, and then we refine it throughout the process.
But you're the reason this other ship sucks.
Sucking's not a goal, though.
It's my fault, yes.
Send your letter to Stephen Hosmer, 12322 Exposition Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90064.
I think the final say is in the balance team.
But more than ship sucking, at what point in the conversation do you decide it punches above its weight class?
Oh, this is why we love Jared. This is the example why we love Jared. He just does not give a fuck, and he's just like trolling everyone.
At what point in the conversation do you decide it punches above its weight class?
Oh, Pispor Pete, rated my stream with 120 viewers. Thank you, Pispor.
We always know it's going to punch
Hello.
above its weight class, and we just assume that's going to be what it is, and we.
Right, if you guys just joined, you gotta see this. This is the best question that I saw by Jared ever in the ISC.
At what point?
So they were introducing themselves, and they said like, why some ship sucks, blah blah blah, blah. And
6-4.
Jared asked
final
this.
say is in the balance team.
But more than ship sucking, at what point in the conversation do you decide it punches above its weight class?
That's just at the very start. We always know it's going to punch above its weight class, and we just assume that's going to be what it is, and we just put it right at the top of the design.
Have you ever made a ship that just punches at its weight class?
I think maybe one of them.
The Arrow.
I think it was the Mantis.
Huh?
We're gonna start that's gonna start a Reddit thread.
I worked on that one.
Well, you can watch it now. We're watching it right now. Like we just started, basically. They're still introducing themselves, so
I'm always curious about
nothing has been said. Like
how people get
that's
into
actually
this industry, because there's so many
we're
things
talking about.
that we can do. I mean, this is all Hosmer can do.
What's up,
But for
Nemanja?
normal people, there's many options in your life. What brought you to game development? Like, how did you decide I want to make games, and then how did you decide within games I want to make spaceships?
Well, go ahead.
I think mine was, I kind of got lucky, to be totally honest. So I always wanted to get into games, but I'm from New York, so the games industry in New York is very, very small. So at the time that I was getting close to graduating college,
Really?
there weren't really that many options for me there. So I actually started doing web design work. And at a certain point, I think I got a call from one of the people that I went to college with who had graduated a year before me. And he just remembered my work. And they were looking for someone to fill in a...
He just
3D
introduced
position,
them?
like an associate 3D position.
What an amazing show,
So
then.
they gave me a call, and I basically left my highly paying...
I'm waiting for the
graphic design job to
whiteboard.
get paid literally less than half. Of
That's what I
was
wanna
getting paid
see.
To go and do indie game work, basically, at a tiny studio with, I think it was like 5 or 6 people or something like that.
Why?
Because it's games. It's what I've always wanted to do. So I love games. Been playing games since I could afford to buy them. and I basically tried to
Last
study
20
everything
minutes.
that I needed to jump into them.
So is this even like worth watching?
Well, I was sort of just like a fine artist.
Dude, he even has the fucking voice of Hans Gruber. Come on. He even has the voice of Hans Gruber.
Gruber, I assume you realize the futility of direct action against me. We have no wish for further loss of life.
Am I tripping? Dude, he is Hans Gruber.
Long time. I came out of like a sort of an art trade school when I
Right?
came to Germany, and then I moved to the States, and I was just
Multiverse
sort
is
of
the
like
same
bouncing back
person.
and forth, and not really. I always knew I was going to do something artistic, and I always played video games, of course. But it really didn't like materialize in my head, or really thought about it like seriously. Oh, like I want to be a game artist until like a little bit later on.
Super worth watching if you want to know how they got their jobs and share no new info about the game. I mean, why would you need any new info about the game, right? It's not like we're playing 317 for almost a year now, like 10 fucking months.
I was like, oh, I need something like stable and steady, and
So you pick video games.
But
Games to study.
I was like, hey, video games is right down my style, you know, like just sort of, you know, I thought it would just be like an awesome gig, and went to Art Institute in Dallas, did associates there 2 years, and went straight into the industry and worked for 3D Realms on Duke Nukem Forever. That was my first gig.
Oh, when's that come out?
It's already out, but it eventually did come out.
I didn't realize you grew up in Germany. You Army brat?
Yes, yeah. I'm born in the States in Oklahoma, but I moved there when I was 7.
No.
Nah, dude, you were born in like Germany, in like the socialist, what was it? The Russian side, and then you moved to fucking Nakatomi Plaza. Come on, we know you.
And Dad,
We know you.
American.
Cool. It just never came up. I didn't realize we had that in common.
We saw what you
Matt
did.
And Steve, not on the art side. Well, a bit on the tech art. You know, it's like this. How did you fall into this?
I was intending to go into film post-production, I was a big Industrial Light and Magic fanboy. Like, I just love what they were doing with Star Wars, and I ate up all that kind of stuff, the model making and things. And then, so I was studying in San Francisco, and I got an opportunity to have a job for doing children's software for Lucas, and I was like, oh, I'll take it. So and then I was in games, and I just stuck with that, and yeah, that's
What was the first game you worked on?
the Gungan Frontier. It was a sim Earth thing with little creatures going in around the swamp.
I think we all know about the Gungan Frontier.
On Naboo.
It's clearly one of the most popular Star Wars games ever.
It really was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I worked on that, and Droid Works, and yeah.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, that one won an award. I came in. Actually, I can't take credit for that. That was not me. That was I came in right when that was being released. So I helped test, I guess.
Get your name in the credits?
Probably not. No, I don't think I did.
How about you, Hosmer?
Yeah, I guess I went to college for.
So this is the game that he's talking about. This is 1999. This is super old. Amazing.
For programming in a specialized game dev school, and after that I was just like, I'm a terrible programmer, but I did graduate. So I just started looking for jobs, and I was up in Seattle at the time, and there were a bunch of QA jobs.
Yeah, they all
which
seem
didn't
nice.
require much.
But they need to get roasted. I'm kidding. I don't want to roast them, but I'm like bored. Like, why are we like? Why is this an episode? Why is this what like Star Citizen Live is now? Like, why? Just why? Like, why did Star Citizen Live become this? Why did ISC become what it became? Because they have nothing. In the past, I don't know how long, they just have nothing, unfortunately.
I just like got into QA and I just kept working until I got to like a.
I'm a terrible programmer, so I joined CHA. Is that what he just said? Let me see.
I came in. Actually, I can't take credit for that. That was not me. That was I came in right.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that,
being released.
Puppeteer.
So, but I helped test, I guess.
Get your name in the credits?
Probably not. No, I don't think I did.
How about you, Hosmer?
Yeah, I guess I went to college for programming in a specialized game dev school, and after that I was just like, I'm a terrible programmer, but I did graduate. So I just started looking for jobs, and I was up in Seattle at the time, and there were a bunch of QA jobs, which didn't require much. So I just like got into QA, and I just kept working until I got to like a smaller company, and they were just like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I would like to, design. And then they just let me start doing it, and I just kept doing it. I'm like, okay, this is cool.
That is an incredibly common game design story right there. Start as QA, wonderful entry point into the industry, and then as you're working QA, eventually somebody's just like, you've learned enough doing this. Yeah, we'll give you a shot. What was the company that gave you your shot?
Sandlot Games.
Sandlot Games.
Yeah, they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
They made like casual games, we didn't make Diner Dash, but we made like Diner Dash clones, and then eventually it got like bought by Digital Chocolate, which was owned by Trip Hawkins, and then
wait.
Never
There's
heard
a
of
company
it.
called Digital Chocolate.
Digital Chocolate, yeah, it was owned by Trip Hawkins, who founded Atari, I think.
3DO.
Or 3DO, I don't remember.
3DO.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then I don't know what happened after that. I left.
But yeah, he didn't really say that.
It's
Jack
right
Reacher.
that we hire
You
a
can't
lot
really
of people
clip it.
from QA, and I think even I was talking to a bunch of the guys in this studio, and they all started in QA. So.
Oh yeah, it's the most common entry point in all of video games. All the way up to senior producers, lead producers like Ricky Jetley got a start in QA. It's EKD got a start.
up,
there.
Akashaki?
Tyler Wicken, our director of community, got a start in QA. It's a very popular. Entry point into the industry because it is a like I said.
No, these guys are like currently describing what they're doing, but they are all vehicle tech art.
Requires very little prior experience. It values deductive reasoning and being.
Get to see me here? Yeah, leave a follow. Well, everyone that's watching on Twitch, leave a follow, because I'm streaming on Twitch more and more now. I'm like gradually moving from YouTube to Twitch. This is currently being streamed on both platforms, which I shouldn't say because I just made like affiliates, but yeah.
Being able to keep your thoughts straight, recognizing why this does this versus something else, and you can learn almost every other discipline because everything in video games requires a QA of some point. So you can move around between disciplines and learn a little bit of graphics and a little bit of design and a little bit of tech art, and so until you find a place that interests you and everything, then you learn more, and it's a great place to go from there.
Yeah.
This is a recruiting video, by the way. Shout out to Lucas Genver and our talent acquisition team. I did it, Lucas. I did it. Chris and Owen, I want as far as coming to
also
see,
Lola
have a bit
says
of a
hi.
shared origin story here. Chris, you were one of the judges on the only reality TV show that we've done here at CIT, The Next Great Starship. Before I know what it is, but I want to hear what your description. What is the next great? What was the Next Great Starship?
Well, I mean, it was like it was a recruiting tool.
Best dog? Yeah, she is the best dog. You want to see something that's like my subs know about this, but something that's much more fun than and engaging than what we're watching right now. So since I'm from Serbian and since she's I'm Serbian and she's Serbian also, she can't really understand English, so I'm gonna talk to her in Serbian. Ustani. Can you ever see her? Oh, you can't because the cam just died. Ustani. Sedi. Lezi. Ustani. Kaži. Bravo. Noge lagane? Bravo. So yeah, that's the highlight. Somebody clip that because that's the highlight of the stream, I guess. Anyway, let's continue. I gotta give her a treat. I'll be right back.
There you go. I mean, yeah, essentially it was a game show of some sort where we had contestants built out, initially it was a weapon, and then they moved on. People got eliminated, and then other people moved on, and we had like a judge panel. I was part of it, along with Chris and Mark Skeleton, Chris Roberts, Mark Skeleton, Sean Tracy, myself, and Chris Olivia, and Sandy was the host. And yeah, it was a great time, great show. We're flying a little bit by the seat of our pants back then, still.
She's a rescue, so we don't really know what she is. I'm assuming like German Shepherd and a Labrador mix. Did I teach her? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I trained her.
Relatively. And but yeah, besides that, we got this fabulous guy from it. He was a contestant on there.
Treat her and make us viewers able to treat her with the points we get here. I mean, she's gonna get fat real soon then.
But yeah, we ended up, we loved his stuff. And besides him, we actually hired a few other people from that. So yeah, it was cool, great experience.
Yeah, when I used to do the tours of the LA office and I'd bring people by your desk.
My dog doesn't do tricks unless those tricks are dripping saliva
kind of won
on me as I eat. Feels bad,
you may
man.
not have gotten
It's just like the work you put in,
but
honestly.
You're here now as U.S. Vehicle Art Director.
I think she's a dog.
I lost the competition, but I won the career.
You played the long game.
Yeah. Along with the names escape me right now, but there were like 2 or 3 other folks.
Yeah, we've had several people that have come
who we brought in through that. Yeah. But you make a good point. It's like
and the best part is
a secret recruiting tool.
I made her like
and stuff like that.
She's super active and she's super like reactive and she's like whatever. This is just gonna be a dog stream right now. So she's super cuddly now, and that's like we worked on that. And she just wants to like be close to you, and she wants to be. See, there you go. Nice shot. Ciao. Anyway, let's continue. Let's try not to derail this completely.
It's what happens with ISC. It's what happens with SCL. It's like we send out clips to different reporting companies. The talent acquisition people is like, hey, have you done something with Tools Team? I'm like, yes, I have actually. And here's the Tools Team. They send it out to Tools Team people that they're looking to recruit and stuff like that.
But it was also it was great.
I have no idea what's happening to my cam again.
And in our process early on, and sort of, I mean, people are already excited about our.
Do you think we will meet all 800 plus CAG employees throughout SCL over the next few years? Yeah, like after they like run out of people that are actually doing something, then they're gonna like have the mailman and the like janitor and all that. I'm not comparing these guys to that, of course, but come on.
Once we did that, we got them involved and everything. That kind of. Like,
I am Mike. I run the kitchen in UK. Yeah, exactly.
Frogboy Rat in Twitch chat says, "Please announce a ship." Boy, are you watching the wrong show. Have we ever announced a ship on SCL? Is that what we've never
yeah, you did. Well, not announced, but you talked about ships that we knew about, like the Pisces C8R. It wasn't really. Yeah, it was announced in Star Citizen Live.
There's a salvage ship coming in 318 called the Vulture.
Vulture, I worked on it. You worked on it.
Announced
that. With
so yeah, you weren't part of the. So that's how Elwin joined CIG.
What's up, Grifter?
Chris, backtrack. You said you've been here for 10 years. That is pretty much the sum total of time the company has existed. It's how did you get involved with this?
Well, I worked with in Austin.
They did speak
a previous company is called Lightbox.
He did speak about the planned RSI mining ship.
Started up,
we're gonna see that,
Eric
I guess.
Peterson started up the Austin studio.
Honestly, I'm
Before
super
that,
bored
our
right now.
company shut down, and so basically Eric just came over to us and purged a bunch of us from there. Mark Skelton came from there, Chris Olivia.
Would I have a beer with Jared? Yes, I would.
Tom Sawyer.
Wouldn't be a beer because I don't drink beer.
So yeah, a bunch of us actually
alcohol.
came over there. I
haven't talked to Tom Sawyer in forever.
Yeah, he's still in Austin. And yeah, that's how that happened. So we all got hired.
You watch these when you need to take a map. Dude, like before I started streaming, which was like a month ago, I would watch these I would fall asleep. Then I would like wake up and oh shit, I didn't watch the whole thing. I gotta make a video on that. So I was like continue where I stopped, and then I would like take a nap, and then I would like take a full night's sleep, and then I would fucking wake up and like in 3 days I would watch the whole Star Citizen live.
A hard surface artist for that game, and then so it's like, hey, you know, you want to work on spaceships over here? I'm like, and then
They're gonna start on the X1. The X1 should be finished already. Like on the progress tracker. Let me open it. You goddamn roadmap watchers. The X1 on the progress tracker should. It's not gonna be finished, but like it's close. Origin X1. Wait, what? Oh no, this is 2021. Whatever. Yeah. So, the fuck is this shit? Okay, so I saw this, and I was like, yeah, it should be finished, but I guess they gotta do something else in June. Okay. I mean, this year we're gonna get it, and it's gonna be like an LTA token, so whatever.
not too long before that, I saw the trailer, the Star Citizen trailer, Chris Roberts and everything, and we were kind of working on at the other company. We were starting working on some like space game, but I was like, I wasn't like too excited about it. It wasn't that great. But when I saw that trailer, I was like, ooh, it's like that looks exciting. It's like I kind of want to work on that. And then I popped out. I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
How'd you come aboard, Matt?
The cable on my camera, it's not the cable. It's the Elgato. It doesn't matter if I like pull on the cable or whatever. The cable is great.
I was contacted by.
It's just
Citizen,
like
and so
this
I just
shitty
kinda
PC.
came in. So I don't know what I was doing at that exact moment. I think I was actually looking for work, and they reached out, and I came in.
Art of Planets
Yeah.
procedural.
Gunga Games.
Talked to
Yes.
Chris. Yeah, they were pretty successful, but not, we didn't do very many sequels to that. But and then it was good. I met Chris and talked about the vision and everything, and it was very exciting. Very exciting. Back then, the vision was a little smaller. It was before we hit that milestone in fundraising where we kind of like opened it up a little more, but it was still a kind of a daunting proposition because I was actually the only tech artist at the time, so I was doing tools for. I was thinking a lot about.
It will be finished soon. Are we
ships,
talking
but
about?
There was characters. And
What are we talking about?
We hired another tech artist to work on
the episode.
So I kind of went.
Hopefully.
I kind of went towards my love, which is more
Yeah.
like the ships and.
Yeah. Chris was the first ship artist in Austin. Owen, the first ship artist in LA. You, the first tech artist in LA. Hosmer, you showed up on a tour and never went home.
Yeah.
What was your? How did you come to be on stage?
What was it? I worked on a game called Murdered Soul Suspect, and then afterwards that company kind of shut down. So I was just like, not.
Why is there just like a theme with this guy? Like wherever he works, the company shuts down.
In working for a while, looking for a job, and then my friend who I played D&D with at the time like showed me, I've got this ship in this game. It's like a constellation, and we can like you can get on it, and I can fly it, and you can like do one of the turrets. I'm like, that sounds really cool. And then I looked up the company, and I'm like, there was a job posting, so I applied, and I got interviewed, and I came over here.
To answer your question, movies and visual effects and sound and design and all of that. So why don't we have 100 systems with empty planets? Are we waiting on server meshing for this? Yes, we are.
Well,
what's up, Astro Chronicles?
That's about all we have time for. I mean, at this point, I told you it was going to go by fast. The show's going to be a little shorter than normal. You guys are here on a summit. You guys are here for a big ship and vehicle summit and stuff. And I've promised to get you back in time for your last bits before you have to go. But before I let you go, is there anything more you want to share with the community? Something that'll get me in trouble? I don't know. Whatever you feel like.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, get you in trouble. Like,
Want me to get you in trouble?
I'm working on the whole C.
Okay, you're working on the whole C.
Whole C. Just
Shouldn't it be done already?
yeah, I mean, it's been really cool. It's a culmination of a lot of tech
We just like got the last sale before it goes live, so
building up over time. It's like a level that moves like an accordion, and I'm working on this walkway. It's got all these rings and undulates, and trying to make it an experience. So when you stand inside it, it just transforms around you. And just working with the audio team, trying to hook up audio on the rings, so when you're in there, it's going to be really cool. Yeah, I'm excited.
I use Unity and Unreal a lot, so I guess with their Earth-sized planet sims, I just want so much more to explore. Dude, but like, what are you gonna explore? That's the issue. Like with empty planets, there's nothing to explore. Oh, here's a rock. 10,000 kilometers later, oh, here's another rock. It's not the same, although it seems familiar, because probably you saw it like 500 times before. But hey, there's another rock. Until we actually get more things, until like they implement more things onto the planets in the planets tech, there's no point in exploring. Honestly, you're just like flying around and that's it. You're not really exploring. Without flora, without fauna, without actual caves that you go in to like find something, without having loot that is special in any way, there's really no point in exploring. Also, exploration was supposed to be something completely different with this game, like long range probing and scanning and finding the new jump points and all that. That's something that we may see in like 10 years from now in Star Citizen.
How about you, Owen? Anything you can talk about?
Well, I can say that we finally have
Thank you.
the Santokyai in production.
I'm glad that you like the song.
So that's previously announced. But beyond that, the ship teams, both in the UK and the US, are working on some really cool ships, which I
fuck
can't
is
really
happening
say
to my
too much,
camera?
but
Cool shit.
There's
The
there's
one that
there's
does the
more
thing
than
and does
one.
the thing.
There's-
It's really cool.
There's more than one. So
I
we're
really
doing
like
some
it.
really cool.
It's not the
excited
cube.
about that. Yeah, we're doing some really cool new things we haven't done before. So that's going to be exciting.
I
What a
can't say what
terrible
I'm working
team. What a terrible.
Yeah. So
Also, space
How about you,
whales.
husband?
Yes.
What are you doing?
We just finished the Santokyai white box, and I think we're moving on to the X1 after that. Yeah. So hopefully that comes out this year.
Hopefully.
I don't know. Maybe it's up in the air. We'll see.
The views and opinions of Stephen Hosmer do not represent those of Gladdenberry Games, Marvel Space Industries, or its subsidiaries.
I don't know when. You got to get a producer in here to actually figure out when things are coming out.
Weren't actually supposed to mention the X. Okay, yeah, so the X1. There we go. All right. Stephen, Matt.
I mean, Jared, you asked
Chris,
for
thank
it.
you so
You
much.
honestly asked for it. Come on.
Show.
Thank
Get
you.
out. We're going to play a video real quick, and when we come back, we'll have members from the Light Summit on the show. Stay tuned.
Okay, this is gonna be copyrighted, so I'm gonna like skip through it because most of this music is just copyrighted, unfortunately. Come on. Come on. There we go. We called it.
Oh, now
What are
you-
you talking about, the leader?
Trapped over there. Now you can't. Now you can't go. No, they not in this.
Oh, by the way, Astro Chronicles, are you still here? Did you see the Mexican galaxy? The El Galaxio? We just watched it, so if you're watching on YouTube, you think so? Oh, okay. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube, you can just like rewind it. It's fucking amazing. It's like 1 minute long. It's not this. It's amazing.
This shot. You can probably see you in the other shot.
I don't know if you posted your like model, but it seems like the model is finished, so it's not just like taken out of the game. So like it's painted and all of that. So they might have like taken your model.
So yeah, so Chris and Matt decided to hang out anyway. So we are going to have to get you back to your thing in a bit. Joining us on the show. No, before we do that. Remember, I wanted to take a moment to talk about some of the cool crap that's here in the thing. I want to point out these two lovely creations right here. Do we have my zoom in camera? Look at this guy. This is a gorgeous
Very nice.
pirate gladius. made by Star Citizen Policus. Here's a pirate gladius. Look how slick that is.
Oh, there's a texture
These are not one
model.
of the
Oh
JRPG
yeah, on the fleet
models like
viewer.
these other ones
Yeah,
are.
you're right.
These were handmade by Policus, and then here is a I think one of the executive edition, the civilian F8 Lightnings. Very cool.
I wanted to get one of
You got
these,
better
but
with the
they're
stamp
so
as you
fucking
went on.
expensive.
So
They're
yeah,
like,
Policus, Star Citizen.
it's
named
really not
Policus.
worth it.
Some great work. Thank you so much.
Well, whatever, like the story is that they're working with.
All right.
Civilian
I
F8.
was really afraid I was going to knock.
I don't
them
know,
over.
Rakumo. I don't know.
Joining us on the show now are members from the Frankfurt and Montreal lighting teams. We got Chris, we got Lars, and we got Alice. How you doing?
Good.
Awesome, thanks.
How are you doing?
I'm getting through. I'm getting through.
It's nice to see a girl here.
Chris, you are the
They're still like
senior
rare in
lead light. What who are you and what do you
development
do?
land.
I'm Chris Campbell. I am now the assistant art director for lighting for Star Citizen.
Everybody getting promoted. Love to see it. So you're new, the assistant art director for lighting.
Art director for lighting. Yeah.
And what does the assistant art director for lighting do now?
He doesn't light the Corsair, the interior, as much as it needs the light. That's what he does or doesn't do.
Well, I mean, you know Ian. You've met him before.
We need
he's a busy guy.
the Corsair
He's got
to
a lot-
be
he's
lit
a
up
big team
inside.
now. So
And also we need like lumens, actual lumens, like headlights.
he basically needed some underlings to kind of help.
I'm like,
make
I'm saying that for like at least a year now.
certain parts of the art pipeline and feed that direction through to the lower teams as well. So I take the direction from Ian. I put a kind of a lighting spin on it. I think more about the lighting side of it. He's more, bigger picture stuff. And then I provide that feedback to the team, and we try and make the best looking lighting that we can for each location that we're working on.
Well, you're over
he's
here
working
from
on the locations.
Team in Frankfurt.
Yeah, I'm normally based
Never
in
mind
Frankfurt.
then.
Yeah.
Alice, you're here from Montreal. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Alice Pepin Desjardins, and I'm from the Montreal team on lighting with Lars, and I'm a junior lighting artist. I've been at the company for a bit less than a year.
Yeah. How do you like it so far?
I love it here.
Did you have any idea you would be doing this today?
Not at all.
You said your whole name. I was really going to try to avoid it. I was like,
Yeah, let me rewind that.
The company. Well, my name is Alice Pepin Desjardins, and I'm from the Montreal team on lighting less than a
Okay,
year.
I can't
Not at all.
even pronounce that.
You said your whole name. I was really going to try to avoid it. I was like, I switched the first names just so I didn't have to try to do the last name because I'm
Alice.
stupid American. You can't pronounce anything. So what is it that you do?
Well, I'm a junior lighting artist, so basically when we get like a new mandate or a new location, I get information from Ian and also from Lars and Chris, and then we start together maybe with one of the other lighting artists working on the various locations to kind of bring them to life with the concepts and kind of the direction that we got.
Okay.
She's nice.
And Lars?
Yeah,
She's so cute and like
last
nervous
week,
about
so
being here.
I recently also, after Chris became assistant art director, I now am a lead lighting artist at Turbulent with Alice. And yeah, before that, I think it happened like in December. So pretty recent.
Yeah, she's a
recently
junior, but
becoming
you have like a assistant
We're all still figuring it out.
director of lighting.
It's part of the
the
normal,
first guy.
growth process.
Yeah.
It's. I think there's this assumption that, the minute we announce something, it's like it's done and in place and whatnot, and because that might be how other companies sometimes do it. Folks who have followed the project long enough know that we basically share everything with you about 5 minutes after it's decided. We bring you along for the ride. So when you hear that, we're building a ship team in Montreal, or expanding out a lighting team, like this is some relatively new, very fresh, very raw stuff. So welcome. What have you, if anything, have you worked on?
This show is so boring.
Here.
Is this the first one? Is this your first time?
You mean like
Jack?
since we're in Manchester? You mean
No, since joining the team at CIG, or Turbulent.
So I mean, I was the first lighting artist at Turbulent when, 2 years ago. And yeah, in the beginning I was basically responsible for every lighting or for every mandate that Montreal was working on. So I did work on all the hospitals. I worked on the derelict reclaimer, the settlement, yeah, the Dama settlement. Also recently worked on the racetracks, the new ones. Yeah, and right now working on the Lorville Skyline, the remake of the Lorville Skyline.
The Lorville Skyline, who was just announced through the Roadmap Roundup on Wednesday, is now being moved into the Q1 2023 patch, the what we're calling 319 and stuff. So yeah, so everybody was like, "Oh, he said it's moving faster," and I'm like, just wait. And like, here it is. Let's hope it actually pans out, or I'm gonna look like a jerk. And what have you worked on, Alice?
Well, a lot of the same stuff. I'm working on the Lorville Skyline right now, the new one. And I've also worked on the recent racetracks that we've been working on, have been announced and stuff. Before that, a lot of stuff I've worked on is not out, so since I haven't been here as long as these guys.
What a sweetheart! Like her voice is shaking.
So, a little behind the scenes how this works. We had a second.
Can we get like an applause for her in the
And
chat
unfortunately, they were tied up with other stuff and ended up dropping out at the last minute.
so she can
And
like loosen up? Even though like this was streamed
less than
yesterday,
10
but
minutes
whatever.
Later, I get a message where it goes, "Hey, we're here visiting. We just want to see the spaceship."
Thank you,
Like,
Grifter.
you want to see the spaceship? Yeah. I go, I'm gonna put you on the show. So when I just
So we're basically a sloppy seconds.
don't laugh and encourage him. I don't need that from you. So that's
You
rude.
don't, you don't say that on.
All in all, besides the Lorville Skyline, what are your folks working on these days?
I mean, it's
company
a lot
video.
of obviously it's a lot of unreleased stuff. We're working towards the Pyro system, and there's a lot of things that we want to do in the Pyro system. A lot of really big new location archetypes, like the colonialism outposts, space stations, UGFs, that kind of stuff. So we're just kind of in various stages of production with those, just trying to stay in step with the rest of the environment teams. They're pushing ahead faster than we can keep up with, so we're just trying to hang in there. Yeah.
You hiring?
I don't know actually. I think we've got a new starter actually in 2 weeks, so I think that's gonna put us in a good spot for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but they haven't started yet.
They haven't started yet.
All right.
There's still time.
So yeah, I want you to look at this camera right here and tell this person what they need to know before they show up.
Send me your ArtStation page.
Wait, he's already. I thought they've already got the job. What do you need the art?
Oh, you
What company are you talking about, Jack?
Yeah.
Oh, what does he need to know?
What logo?
I hope you like Bratwurst.
Are you talking about my shirt?
they're just-
It's not a shirt, it's a hoodie. Senior Citizen, only available in my merch store. Check it out.
Starting in Frankfurt.
I'm getting better at this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah.
Oh, Kodak. Okay,
At
yeah.
this point, I really do have to let you guys go and whatnot and get you back to.
Yeah, never miss a
You
chance
guys were
to
supposed
promote.
To walk out the other time. You might see entry area back there. It's like I have promised your directors that I will have you back.
Merch store down in the description of the
So,
video, or
yeah, at this point
it's somewhere over
I've still
there
got,
on
like,
Twitch.
15-20 minutes.
Or
so.
Stream Elements just posted it. Amazing.
I'm having an idea. I'm going to try something. Chris, Lars, Alice, thank you so much for letting me turn what was supposed to just be a quick tour of the ship into drafting you into the show. You're free to go.
Wait, is this when
we
he
don't have a transition for this.
got an
I'm
idea
playing it
for
by
the
ear. I'm gonna try
whiteboard?
something. So yeah, so you had go
Amazing.
ahead. You guys can take off.
Okay.
Hey, stay with me. Thanks. So they're gonna walk in front of the camera right here. Oh yeah, don't watch your bike. Yep, there you go. We're off the path. Tom, are you there? Can you adjust the cameras to the guest cameras and point them at what did we learn? And I'm gonna grab something. Hold on. Stay with me. We're gonna see if this works. If this doesn't work, this is why you don't pull a audible in the middle of the show. Hold on. Da 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 da.
This is amazing.
This is either going to be good or it's going to get me in trouble. Is this all right? Can you hit this with the camera? Okay. Oh, I need markers. Hold on. I need markers for this.
Can Kumo or somebody, can you play something from Sound Alerts, like background music, while we wait?
All right. What color
So the Jared doesn't need to like sing.
Black, and I got green. My this goes. You see me? Hold on. Am I in there? Hi, everybody. Give me just another minute. That's Tom. You've heard me talk about Tom. That was Tom walking by. He's gonna walk by one more time. All right. Switch the camera. All right. He's got to get back to the desk. All right. Oh, am I in? No, I'll just like this. Here we go. Hi. And then if you can, move the monitor to where I can see it. I'm Jared.
And focus the camera.
And this is a new segment that I've decided to just pull out of my head.
As?
Disco discusses? Disco details? I don't know.
Disco Land does?
If it doesn't work and we never do it again, it won't need a name. So you let me know in the comments what we should call it. I like alliteration, so disco something.
Disco doodles.
I would like to talk about something, explain something, go into detail on something that's a bit misunderstood sometimes. And that's called, let's use black. That's called the build system.
That's the build.
And yeah.
The fuck is? Oh, this is like
handwriting.
an U and an
So
I.
the
Okay.
build system is how we make patches. It's where every
Painting when Disco Ross.
and every patch, every build comes from a place that we call game dev. Now, game dev works on, there's a couple different layers. There's a couple different persistent environments to development. So we're going to draw some lines here. Let's do this, and this, and this, and this.
Okay,
So we're
so
gonna call
this is an E, and then you have an F, and then a G, A, B, etc. Oh, this is not okay. For a second there, I thought this is
this
like
one,
for notes.
game
Okay,
dev.
like
We're going to call this one staging. We're going to call this one release.
oh, never mind.
And we're going to call this one live. Now, these are for persistent environments. These always exist.
Dude, thank you for this. Oh my god, fucking amazing. Okay, let's continue.
And 90 some odd % of all of our developers are usually, their work is usually floating around this area or that. Go ahead and cross. Hi, Tom. So game dev, oh, that line that go across. Game dev is where everything exists. Game dev is where code and asset come together. It's like the earth beneath your feet. Everything grows from it, and everything goes back to it when it's done. Staging is a place where assets are developed. That's like one layer removed. It's a place where if you're building 3D art for ships, or you're building a set of armor, or you're building an outpost or a space station or whatever, you're probably working in staging. This is because game dev can be quite volatile. Game dev is where everybody's code and everybody's assets are all colliding and being checked in and checked out. So you don't want to work in game dev if you don't absolutely have to. So staging is this kind of level where the artists can kind of do their thing and maintain some stability. Release is where stuff goes. It kind of elevates. It's another gate. If staging is more stable than game dev, then release is one more stable than staging. It's where we start to put things that are getting ready to go out into release. This is a bit simplified. There's also like main, there's some other things. We're not going to go into every single one in case there's a DevOps person watching and they're like, he's murdering this and whatever. I'm simplifying it a little bit. And then live. Live is an environment that's basically like an internal mirror of whatever's on the live servers right now. So we can mess around with something that is just like what you have live, but without actually being in the server that you're in and stuff like that. It's where hotfixes and stuff generally come from. Now,
what hotfixes?
If all the assets, most of the assets in the game are being developed in staging, the question is begged: where's all the code? Where do all the features get developed? So features. This is all going to make sense why I'm doing this at the end, I hope. So features are developed in what are called feature streams. So we're going to do a couple different feature streams here. And they all branch off of game dev at some
It's like when you're watching a movie and they start Back to the Future, and they start describing the time and like the parallel universes and all of that. And, well, we split here. And now we gotta go back, but if we go back, we're gonna come here. But no, we gotta go before that.
Point. So let's say this one is cargo, C-A-R-G, I missed a letter, salvage, and flight. These are just three that I'm picking up and coming to mind right now. There are dozens and dozens of feature streams. Squadron 42 is essentially just an enormous feature stream. But everything from persistent entity streaming to server meshing, all these things, they're all feature streams. And this is where they work. Now,
branches of game dev, yes.
Let's see, what color? So I'm going to use green and blue for this. Now, what happens through the course of development is that while they're working in these other environments, occasionally they check things in. So cargo will be like, that thing works, we really like that, so we'll check that in up to game dev. Can we zoom in on the other? Can you do the same one? Is that going to work? Okay. So that'll zoom in. And then flight will check something in. And say salvage will check something in. And these things will go to game dev.
Tom.
But they
Stop
will
walking
also
in front
pull
of the fucking
things
camera.
down. Like say salvage had something, was working on something, developed something, and in a meeting, the cargo guys heard about it and says, oh, we really want that. So they will pull down as well. And that'll pull down from there, and that'll pull down from there. These are just random. They happen at different times, in different places, based on how we think a thing is working, whether we think it's worth checking in, whether we like it. It all goes down.
God damn it.
So they're separate, but still in communication. It's not like a big open floodgate. It's little.
This is the tier 0 of their usual PowerPoint presentations.
Tiny. Yeah, take this. I want to take this file and not take this file. It's what we call check-ins and stuff. So everybody is sending things back and forth. As you might imagine,
it's in front of what he's doing. Okay, I'm gonna place it here, I guess.
If you can extrapolate this down to about 40, 50, 60 different streams, game dev can be pretty crazy. Game dev has got all this stuff checking in. It gets even worse, or better, if you like game development like I do. Staging content is also doing the same thing. Staging content is checking things in periodically and sending things down to game dev. And then occasionally, like if you're building a salvage ship, you're like, well, I want to know how the salvage is going in case I need to like change the art and stuff like this. So they also pull things up. Whoop. I am not an artist.
Is this like him describing why we can't have nice things?
Basically, all these things, remember, extrapolate this down to like 40, 50, 60.
I think it is.
They're all combining into this gigantic gumbo that we call game dev. It's where the worst of the worst bugs, the kinds of things we never show. We did show once, if you remember the Halloween special in 2019, the Easy How Before, the things we've seen. The worst kind of bugs in existence exist here, where everything just collides. It's where most of our QA works and why QA are heroes.
Oh, there will be a quiz at the end. Okay.
Every single time I can because QA. the real heroes.
Wake up.
Now, we work on a quarterly release schedule. So as we approach time to release a patch, we have to do a phase. Let's use red. We have to do a phase on game dev called stabilization. I'll just write stab because that's what we want to do to ourselves during this. Now, stabilization is basically where we take all of this stuff that's colliding in game dev and try to stabilize it as much as possible. We also do a thing called exclude. That's where
stab your ex.
Some of the things that have been checked in are not anywhere near.
Like subliminal messages are there
in the next patch or even the patch after. That's where staggered development comes from. Like you're working on a thing, you know that thing's not going to be in there for another patch or two, but you still got to do check-ins because everybody else is looking for your stuff and stuff like this. So the exclusion process is how it's like, okay, that stuff's not supposed to be ready till the next quarter, so we start excluding that. Stabilizes the stuff that's supposed to be there, try to make sure that that works, and then, yeah, it's basically this giant, crazy period where when you're wondering when we're going to branch, and you're wondering when we're going to go to Evocati and stuff like that, it's usually because we are in this phase right here.
Okay.
When we get that to a point where it's like, yeah, all right, you know, nothing's perfect. It's not perfect yet, but we feel like we've figured out our exclusions and we got the things in that we expect to be in. We create a branch, and we're going to do that up there. And I'm going to tell the story of last year here.
Hey, Serenity.
So we'll do 317X. So we create a branch called 317X, and 317X now becomes this pipe.
And then we have 17 patches of it.
Content that's being checked into game dev. It's bringing it back up into staging because some of this stuff is never.
Is this like him trying to ease into him saying that we're going to have 317.6?
Been in staging, and you work on it a bit in staging and make sure it kind of works, it kind of fits, and the most egregious bugs are gone. Then it moves up to release. These are gates, so it's just another place to work on it so that if somebody makes a check-in that borks everything, you've got layers of defense. You know, that check-in will only mess up game dev, it won't mess up staging. Or if it does get through game dev and goes to staging, it won't mess up release. Or if it does mess up game dev and staging and release, it won't mess up live. They're all gates trying to protect you, trying to protect the developers so that they have a stable or somewhat stable work environment. You with me so far? I can't see chat. Like I said, we didn't put this together. So I hope everybody's with me so far. So from this, we make a patch. 3.17.0. Is that readable? Is that legible on the zoom in? More or less. Okay. So 3.17.0. And that's eventually what goes to Evocati, to PTU, to then eventually to live. Now, what happens often is you'll have point patches.
And this is what happens.
17.1, 3, 17.2, and we won't go up any higher than that because I think that's as high as my zoom in goes. Is that as high as my zoom in goes? Yeah, I can't really go any higher than that, can I? All right. That's enough to tell the story anyway. So the common perception is that
he stopped at 0.2. That's good.
Somehow
that's
a
good.
lesser patch. It won't have as much information, or won't have as much code, or won't have as much content as the primary 0.0 patch. Technically, procedurally, mechanically, there's no reason for that whatsoever. That is a planning and an execution thing. We intend for 4 patches to go out a year when the realities of game dev allow for it. And we have designated that each one of those quarterly patches will be a 0.0. We throw as much stuff into that one as possible. If I remember correctly, last year in 3.17.1...
Give me a second. This is not working as it should be. Come on. Where is it? Oh, for fuck's sake. There it is.
I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity. 1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts!
Great Scott!
What the hell is a gigawatt?
Oh, I want to cry now.
Right before Fleet Week, I think. So it had the convention halls, and it had the Scorpius and stuff like that. I could be wrong. Gosh, it was a year ago. If I'm wrong, roast me in effigy on the in the comments. Now, what would normally happen at this point is after you've put the patch out, your primary patch out, and you've utilized the point patches to, you know, bug fix and add little things here. Eventually, you come back. You come back. Now, while this has been going on, remember, each one of these layers is just a layer of safety and security so our developers can work. Because while that's been going on, these guys have still been checking in. These guys have all been checking stuff in. All been checking stuff in the whole time because work doesn't stop. That's staggered development. These guys are up here, these guys are still checking in. And they're all adding stuff to game dev while you're up here, while other people are up here working in a relatively safe environment trying to get the patch done. So it means that before we go to the next patch, the next quarterly patch, which would be 3.18x, we're going to need another stab. Another
stabbing of your X.
And exclude.
Okay. But we all know this.
My handwriting's a Polygon. That's not even letters. Look at, can you zoom in on that? Those are not even letters. But pretend.
Are these lightsabers or dildos? What are these?
That's the normal process.
Valkyrie.
That's how that happens every quarter. This is how most of this works. Again, there are a couple weird exceptions here and there. Like I said, there's another line called main that I'm leaving out, stuff like this. But for the most part, this is a fundamental explanation of the build system.
Oh, okay, I get it now. I get why he's saying this, because we all got pissed off because of the roadmap, and the roadmap said that 3.19 is going to be made on the 3.18 branch. It took me a while.
Some features are bigger than others. Some features are more complicated than others. And depending on what you're trying to pull in and what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to pull in and what you're trying to pull out,
I was suspecting that, but I thought that like there was more to all this.
Take longer, can be more involved. You might remember from the letter from the chairman last year in May, we were going to put the biggest feature stream that we've had in a long time. Is that too low? We'll find out. PES. Is that seen? Okay. So yeah, you kind of see PES. Oop, this way. PES down there. So PES was going, and we wanted to get PES into game dev as soon as possible. Because as long as it's down there, nobody else is working on stuff. So it was important last year to get PES into game dev as soon as possible. And eventually they're like, yeah, we're ready. We can put PES in game dev.
But the chair is obstructing us.
Now, if all of these other things make for one heck of a gumbo, you've heard us talk about this if you've been watching the programs and hearing us talk, PES really destabilizes the gumbo. So this stabilization period isn't going to be a short one. It's going to be a very, very long and involved one. Now, knowing that, because we've been doing this for a while, last year, what was decided to do is we would take the normal content, instead of not having a patch for months and months and months, that was the idea anyway. This is back in like April, here at April or May for 3.17.1. Instead of going, waiting until 3.18 to do another quarterly patch, we decided, we exercised another way of developing patches, or another way of putting content in the patches. If this is all the highways, we said we could take the surface streets. It's not a perfect analogy, but basically we went to all of these different feature streams and said, we don't have to go back and we don't have to go through this to do another quarterly patch if we branch if we continue to work in the 317 branch. So we went through and we took all kinds of stuff. We took
Is it working? Yes, it is.
Derelict outposts.
Yeah, I know.
the
I
snake
figured.
pit,
I figured.
planetary
Thank you
nav
for
mesh.
saying that.
The
I also
PTU
thank Seb
section.
Normal for subscribing with Prime. Thank you. You guys are amazing. That's what I said.
Spaceships, space stations, the Grimhex Hospital,
It's not the Twitch
hangars.
music. It's just
We
like
took
my
all
PC.
of this stuff that was supposed to be in the Q2 patch.
Don't try. You guys are so into like bugs and shit that you're trying to fix my stream. It's not fixable. I just need a new fucking PC. That's it. Like you can't fix the shitty pre-built Asus or Asus or whatever you want to call it.
Said instead of taking the highways.
The alert was loud. I watched the streams and I didn't hear any sounds from alerts. Like it's super loud on my side. Also, excuse me if you heard the burp. I'm just fucking tired. But it's super loud on my side, but I didn't hear it on your side at all. But I guess it's going through. I have no idea. It's 3 times as loud as the other sounds. Yeah, it's the same on my side. I'm gonna fix that for the next stream.
We took over.
Dude, I'm so tired and sleepy right now because of this shit.
Take surface streets, and take these individual things and bring them right into 317.2, 317.2, 317.2. We just rerouted the data. We rerouted the content and said we're going to come up through the pathway that we've already made instead of going back through and making the new pathway, because PES was going to make this stabilized thing really difficult. And we were right. It did. If you're not aware, we're still, we've completed that station, that part, but 318 is still like, we're hoping for open PTU to all, like any day now. And that's not saying it's today. It's like we're hoping for any day. It's like we're waiting for the word to come out. So this has been a heck of a journey, like we knew it would be. We were hoping it would be shorter, but. So to prepare for that, we brought all this stuff up. All of that stuff we talked about, it's the planetary nav mesh, the AI in all the different outposts, the new outposts themselves, the new derelict reclaimers, all those new missions, the hospital, all that stuff. That was a quarterly patch worth of stuff. But it was put.
See you, Thunder Cookies. I'm gonna end the stream soon, whenever he finishes.
That was the quarterly patch. So what I'm trying to
I'm a good guy. I'm gonna let him finish first.
Is that the virtue of a point patch is a technical thing. It is a indication of the path that the information and the data and the code and the assets took to get to where it's going. It is not an automatic determinant of the quality or quantity of work involved. And the reason I bring that up, 2 reasons rather. One, I really respect the quality and quantity of the work that the people that I work with do. And it pains me when I see people treating 317.2 like it was a patch that didn't count. That's me personally. I'm speaking only as myself here. Like they did a lot of really good work in that, and I see stuff where it's like it just gets dismissed because it's got a 0.2 patch. That's me.
No, Jared, it's a 0.2 patch because it is a 0.2 patch. Oh, I can't. We got to talk about this again. Star Citizen roadmap. There we go. Click. It's not Pornhub. It's roadmap. Fine. Cool. So this is why, Jared, like from a player's perspective, this is why we are dismissing 317.2. Because 317, if you check everything except the ships, we got 317 for like 10 months now. So it's natural that you're going to release 8 ships because it's been almost a fucking year. But characters, 1 entry, location, 5 entries, AI, 3 entries, gameplay, 6 entries, core tech, 1 entry. Compare that to this, to 315, 5 entries, 1 entry, 10 entries, 7 entries, 4 entries. To this, like if you compare the patches, the whole 317 patch cycle with the 317.2, which was a content patch, but it brought so little that it just doesn't matter. Like it's still just 317. Like, look, I understand that you want to like ease into like telling us that 319 is gonna be 319, and even though it's made on like 318 branch, blah blah blah, and that's fine. And like, look, it's fine because I talked about this a couple of days ago on my other stream when we looked at the roadmap. The thing is, tell me, how can we know if it's like 3.12, 3.13 or whatever? We as players don't really know that. Like, we don't know if 3.13 was made on 3.12 branch. It might have been done on the same branch. It might have been like the whole code from 3.12 and you didn't change it. The only notable changes that we got in the past 2 years was the medical system and the inventory system. And that happened, I'm going to say, in one patch. Like, both things happen in one patch, or maybe like, was it like 3.14 and then 3.15? I think like that's the difference. But other than that, we as players feel like we're playing the same game for years now. Like, I started playing like 2.5 years ago. So I feel like I'm playing the same game with some additions. PES is a huge thing, and it's understandable that like all of the next patches are gonna include PES and they're gonna be built off the same branch, right? But if you don't give us actual patches with like gameplay loops and stuff, like new stuff to do, we can't call them major patch releases. Not because you call them 0.2. You can call 3.19 3.18.2, you can call it 4.0, you can call it 5.0, you can call it beta 1. It doesn't matter. If it's a small patch and if we don't get enough content in the patch itself, we're just gonna call it like 0.1 patch. It's the same, like the same thing happened with Overwatch, for example. Overwatch was a fairly alive game for years. Sorry, I'm like sick. So I'm not wearing my turban today, but I'm sick. But yeah, so Overwatch was a pretty healthy game. It started dying out when they announced Overwatch 2. It was healthy for like 6 years, 5 to 6 years. Then they released Overwatch 2, which is basically the same game, based on the same code. All the characters are the same. They added some new characters. They were saying that they're going to add the single-player mode for years, but they developed Overwatch 2 for years and released it without single-player game mode. So, naturally, the player base called it Overwatch 1.5. And that was generous because like it was more like 1.1, honestly. And that's the same thing that happened to like 3.17. That's the same thing that happened. That's going to happen with 3.19, unless you give us more things to do, unless you give us more like features, more content, more whatever, more like stuff to do in the game, and new stuff that we're gonna spend time on, basically. Let's continue.
Me personally, but the more
Grumpy is about to get
effective
swatted.
reason
Why?
Is because if you read the roadmap roundup that came out on Wednesday, written by the wonderful Jake Bradley of the community team, this is what we're doing again this year. Basically, because of PES, we had PES last year, but now we've got another.
Can I name gameplay feature for every 3.x patch? I mean, I've been playing since 3.11, like the end of 3.11, so I can't like 3.14 we got the medical gameplay, 3.15 we got the inventory system, and that's it.
On here,
like that's the major feature that we got,
and it's gonna lead to all. It's gonna lead to all the same stuff. Plus, in all this time we've been branched in 3.18.
Yeah, we can technically argue that we only got one patch in 2021.
It's built up.
2021? What do you mean? 2021, we got the inventory and we got the medical gameplay, and we got something else. I forgot, honestly.
And it's going to take us.
The rework of the pew-pews on the ships, and that's
it's going to take us a while to get through it. And instead of trying to do it at one time, We're going to utilize the
So let's talk about 4.0.
with 3.18.
Exactly.
And we're going to continue building into 3.18 while teams tackle this underneath. So what this allows us to do is it allows us to continue to deliver you the quarterly patch that you want and that we want and everything, while other teams work to stabilize this underneath. It's basically working smarter, not harder.
Well, yeah, basically like two major features.
I saw some of the
two major
stuff
changes
about dismissing the 3.18.1 or 3.18.2 or whatever it's going to be, and stuff like this. And you know, they're putting Lorville, they're putting the new Lorville in there, stuff like that. So, and they're still determining.
Okay, that's a wall of text. Would players ever consider, since we as players are not developing the game, players have become perhaps never satisfied with anything regardless? And the chat is too small. And that I believe what he is explaining, we could have no patches at all, rather than at least something rather than nothing at all. Okay. Seems like everyone here wants a major patch every time. That doesn't seem viable or doable. Well, see, the thing is, and I gotta end the stream soon, but how do I put this? It's a matter of perspective, of course, but also it's a matter of their promises. And their promises were, if you like go way back, and you can like see Chris like after the Kickstarter, I think it was like 2013 or maybe even 14, and he like said that we're gonna get patches per week or on like 2-week basis. And my camera is dying again, amazing. And after that, or in those patches, we're gonna get new systems, not just like new small features, but like new systems, etc., etc. That all changed with like Planetech and sure, but like we have been waiting for 11 years now, and this is actually the 12th year of them developing this game with Squadron 42. So the issue is, or people are pissed off. That's the thing. People are pissed off because of the slow progress, and people mostly don't know how to put it into words, or they don't know why they're pissed off, but I'm going to tell you why they're pissed off. Because CG is developing another game with their money. People are buying ships for Star Citizen, and if you want to play Squadron 42 at some point, you need to buy that game. But if you invest your money into one project and that money goes into another project that you can't even fucking see, it's like behind the closed doors, developed, and just around the corner for a decade now, more than a decade now. It's like 2 more years, guys, and it's gonna be out. I mean, and and like we the backers know that like Squadron 42 should have 3 sequels, or like 2 sequels on the top of the first one, and that's like the idea. So people are pissed off because of the lack of the progress. They have like 900 employees now in CG, which is amazing. But most of those guys are just working on Squadron 42, unfortunately. And that's why, merch. That's why I made the Senior Citizen merch. You can check it out in my store if you like it. Check out my store because like you're going to find funny stuff there that you're going to like probably. At least it's going to put a smile on your face. But yeah.
What's going to go in? We have to determine what can go. Now that's the big.
To be honest, my first pledge, I never heard of Squadron 42.
Everything can take this.
Just saw the SCPU.
Some things required too
Most
many
people
other
did.
Dependencies. Salvage and cargo required PES, so we could not take them and do this.
2025 is the year, baby.
Required the dependencies, and some things will have to wait for that next branch. But there's lots of things that folks are working on that don't have to wait. New mining.
Oh no Galaxy this year. You can
there's lots
check the Galaxy out at the Astro Chronicles
I didn't know
channel.
if this had ever been explained before. I couldn't remember. I've been here for 8 years, and if we had explained it before, it's probably changed or evolved in the years. So yeah, this is a little bit about the build system.
Galaxy is only released in Mexico.
And why
that is so true.
The point patch mentality is an effect, but not a cause. It is generally used to mean small content, small small code, small deliverables, but it is not exclusively required to be so. It wasn't for 3.17.2, and we don't intend it to be for the next quarterly patch. Now, again, we still got to figure out what can actually do this stuff, and that's what everybody's working tirelessly on. Jake Ross and Guillaume and all those folks, they're working on that stuff now, and you can keep an eye out on the public roadmap and the roadmap roundup. They're going to tell you, what makes that trip and stuff like that. I can't tell you that. This is all about process. So, yeah, so thank you for indulging me in the first and probably the last Disco Discusses about the build system. I hope it was informative. I hope I didn't anger anybody internally. And if all goes well, I'll see you next week. Next week, speaking of server meshing, ISE is dedicated entirely to the server meshing summit that was going on here last month. We've got Benoit and Roger Gottfried and
you know what?
And stuff. They're gonna
they're gonna announce this, and we're gonna watch it. Did he say ISE or SE Live? I think he said ISE. So maybe we're gonna actually see something, or maybe it's just gonna be like a PowerPoint presentation. Well, imagine, guys, here's how it's gonna work, but it's not gonna be working, because it's not done yet. But if it starts Citizen Live, he's probably just gonna introduce people, and that's it.
We're going to talk all about the new plans for server meshing that are being developed through the summit that was going on here, and it's going to be a multi-part thing. It's one part. First part's next week, and then we'll check in throughout the quarter on how the summit went. So yeah. So for Star Citizen Live, I'm Jared Huckabee, and thanks for humoring me. Bye.
All right. Well, that was a show, for sure. That was yeah. Okay. So I gotta end it. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, well, it was a shit show. We have to part. By the way, you guys that are watching on Twitch right now, leave a follow. If you like, you can subscribe. Wow. I just started streaming on Twitch, so I'm so new to the terms. RIP. Yeah. With that said, thank you for watching, and thank you for your support through Patreon and all of that. I'm tired, but this just made me more tired and depressed, honestly, because we learned nothing. Yet another episode of nothingness, basically, in SC Live or IC. Unfortunately, and people ask me, why am I so pissed off? I'm not even pissed off. I'm just whatever, dude. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you to my camera for fucking dying. Yay! Yay! Well, this is not gonna die. Yeah, check out my merch store. And check out the Patreon links and support me wherever if you want to. If you don't want to, don't. That's how it works. But the merch store is funny, and all the designs were done by me, so check it out. And after the thing ends on the screen, I'm gonna end the stream. But yeah, I guess I'll see you maybe tomorrow. I don't know. If I manage to make a video for tomorrow, then yes. If not, then no. Don't forget to bring a towel when you're showering.